whoa, that's a friggin' slabby barrel, and that is so shallow.
Like right in front of you, it's just, and you're like, all right, well, here we go. You're about to go 100 miles an hour and try to hit this ramp.
If only I brought my helmet, I would have scraped my ass.
I think everyone would agree, like the double barrel at Waco is still like the best ramp.
It would have been the craziest like shot.
Anything else, boys?
Let's get ready.
Buckle up.
Everybody, welcome back to the Breaking Even podcast. It has been a long 6 months since the last time we done one of these, and we're tuning in from the luxury of Swerve's Newport Beach home, right next to the Wedge.
Should we drop a pin?
Yeah, drop the pin.
Should we start where we left off?
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much I think it was Ian was
Coming to town.
Yeah, and
So-
then we went to South Pacific.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had a great time.
yeah. Ian got to hit some little rampies at Wedge, and then he left, and we left, and we split ways. And
It was crazy. We literally left within like a 24-hour period. It was like at one he ended up changing his flight, but at one point like Sophie was gonna be like dropping me off at the airport and then dropping him off at the airport like a few hours after. But he ended up changing his flight to like the day before there was something back home that he had to do. But yeah, that would have been crazy. But yeah, it was fun though while he was here. Like we finally had waves for the summer, and like he got like the full like kind of California summer like experience.
He was here for the 4th of July, so
Yeah, it was sick. Like we got to watch like the fireworks and stuff, and like right out front. It's crazy. I don't know if you guys knew. There's like a guy who like lives on the peninsula. He literally pays for his own private fireworks show.
my gosh.
Jesus.
Like it's like a 30+ minute show, and they park it like a barge like right outside the harbor, and it's like it's not listed on any like city sites or anything because it's a private permit.
He just
But
does it.
This guy just sends it for friggin' all of his neighbors.
Wow, what an animal.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
And then
nice.
he has like
of
a
him.
huge party at his house and stuff. He's like, yeah, like that's my fireworks show.
See that up there? Yeah, that's all me.
Yeah. I can't remember. One of my neighbors told me how much it is, but I think it's like 40-50K, something ridiculous.
That's stupid money.
Yeah.
That guy
mean,
loves America.
Yeah, if it means a lot to you,
But
it's
so
might as
sick.
well.
Like I wish I could just friggin' drop that kind of money.
They should put him in the ocean and create waves at Wedge.
Yeah.
So Ian got to see that. So,
Yeah.
you know.
So yeah, you got to see that, and then
Then we went on our little voyage.
We did,
On our
and
voyage south.
we had no idea what we were getting into, pretty much.
Yeah.
No one had been to this little place, and it was freaking sick. I think all expectations were exceeded, and might as well just start with day one because we pretty much got right into it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, well, I mean,
maybe the best air of the whole trip was in the first 12 hours we were there. So
yeah, I mean, the footage will be out soon, but
Yeah.
that day was so sick. Like, I was not expecting to get a wave like that at the start of the trip. And then I was kind of just, whoa, okay, we're doing this.
for a long time.
We're doing this now.
Yeah. What a wave, though.
pretty mental airs for the warm-up session. I was like still kind of like figuring out like the angles
Yeah.
and stuff I wanted to like do, and it was like I was like moving around, and then it was like crazy stuff was happening. I'm like, geez, like I kind of like am like don't want to move around. Like,
Yes.
like something might like could be like the biggest air of the trip, like in the friggin' first day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sick. Like we arrived in the dark at night, and then literally we woke up and it was just firing.
Didn't know where we were.
Yeah.
had no concept of where we were.
Eric's like, yeah, the wave's right there. And we're like, it's dark, dude.
there ocean there?
I just
Yeah.
flew
Yeah.
for 14 hours and
Yeah.
don't know where we're at.
Did you guys like do like a lot of like did you like look into it like a fair bit before we went?
Not the geography of the place.
Yeah.
I watched the waves for about 6 months because we planned it so damn far out.
Yeah, I had done a little bit of research about kind of where we were going to be surfing, just so we wouldn't be going in blind. And
Yeah.
I spoke to some people who had been before, and
Yeah.
kind of got a little bit of like idea what we were doing. But only prepared me so much.
Yeah.
And I mean, everyone's seen footage of the waves and stuff there, but
Yeah.
it's pretty different when you're there. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. That first session was just funny. Eric's on the beach. He's like, all right, well, just go out on the other side of the rock and then walk and then jump off and go surf your slabs.
Yeah.
You're like, holy.
Go
It's
roll,
like-
go roll around on the reef for a couple hours.
Yeah. Walking out, stepping on spiky stuff.
And considering how shallow and just kind of
yeah.
dry reefy it is the whole time, we came out pretty unscathed except for Tristan's ass.
Yeah.
That is it. We'll get into that one for
Yeah.
Gravy
sure.
buns.
Yeah. Yeah. I was really like, yeah, that was cool that like nobody really got, I mean, we all got like little,
Little
scrapes
bumps
and
and
scratches,
scrapes.
like, which are kind of like impossible to avoid when you're,
When it's like that.
when it's, I mean, you're like beaching yourself onto dry reef, like onto like urchins and stuff.
We just weren't going hard enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess not. I mean,
True.
yeah, but it was the one wave though. It was,
Yeah.
there was no water.
Yeah.
Like I was literally standing like on a little finger of the
that,
reef, and it
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
not even 2 inches deep.
But it was crazy. Like, usually when waves get that shallow, they just kind of like are bad.
Yeah, like it eats it. Like,
Yeah,
it kinda
like
eats itself.
the end bowl like doesn't just like it's so rare that you surf a wave that's like literally like you were in like ankle deep water filming, sitting on the end bowl, and it's like a really sick little ramp.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty special.
And the ramp was like pretty mechanical, right? Like it was like almost the same bowl like every time.
It was so fun, but I was like, oh, okay, I'm in the barrel. Oh, I'm gonna flip out of this. Like,
I knew as soon as you started freaking getting drop knee barrels, I was like, okay.
started getting a little
He's
cocky.
really feeling it.
Yeah, got some drop knee tubes for sure.
That is true, yeah.
Dude, that clip we're talking about, I just watched it yesterday, and like I found Eric's POV from his helmet of it.
Oh, that way.
He's literally looking out of the barrel, and like you're standing, like literally, like I'm not exaggerating. You're standing like there's no water. It's crazy.
There wasn't.
I've never seen any photo like it. I don't think. Like it's like. I wish I could show you right now. It's
Like-
so crazy.
Like I just I was kind of bummed that like we didn't have one more person filming, because had you had like a drone just sitting right behind me, it would have been the craziest like shot, because it was like you could have had like a full perspective of like, whoa, that's a friggin' slabby barrel, and that is so shallow.
And there's like the tiny little like crack of a channel that
Yeah.
you just basically just fall into.
Yeah,
Hope it doesn't wash you too far.
Yeah, it's like maybe a 3 foot wide channel.
it's probably it's like smaller than a freaking
Yeah.
like lane on a street.
But also too, getting in and out though, that channel didn't
Yeah.
go all the way in.
That is
like it
true.
only went to a certain point, and then it was just I couldn't really see because there's too much like whitewash, but it wasn't like flat. It wasn't like flat reef. It was like a bunch of weird little like
Yeah, that little
coral
inside
and,
is sketchy. My last
Yeah.
wave, I got just pushed into it.
yeah, and then I had to swim through it with just like
Yeah.
nothing, and I was like trying to get out, and I was like kind of like doggy like swimming sideways, because it was like it was like so hard to like walk through it, because you kept like falling into it, so you just kind of like
That was
Well, now's a good time for Tristan's story of his.
this.
Was that the wave?
Yeah. I think, right?
yes, yeah, that was
Your little ass scrapings.
Oh yeah, yeah.
the one, and it was so ironic because you brought your helmet, you wore your helmet the whole time, and then the one session you like really needed the helmet,
Yeah.
didn't wear the
have
helmet.
it.
But he didn't hit his head. He hit his freaking.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't even hit his
like,
butt. Just got his.
Luckily-
If only I brought my helmet, I would have scraped my ass.
Dude, yeah. When I saw
you could have just tucked it a little bit more.
Just landed head first.
it just explained like how you told us the first time.
Just disrespected. Just assaulted by this wave.
Like,
Just full violation.
I didn't make the barrel, and it slid me backwards on my back and pulled him right off. Gave me a little scrape and put him right back. Sent me on my way. I walked out and felt like I needed a cigarette.
So little smack on the bum.
So crazy that just just happened as perfect
Just
as
purely on mass.
yeah.
Just
It was
scrape.
like it wasn't like a little like pussy scrape too. Like it was a like a
Got a
fucking
wrestling match with
lion.
a tiger in the whitewash.
It was just mauling your butt. Though.
Oh man.
And it was such a like beautiful, like just perfect day, like little 3-foot tubes, and you're just getting freaking
Just
The scenery was crazy.
so little, and you're off.
Yeah. Get out of here. You're done. You're done. That wave alone, though, this is interesting for the movie coming out. Is we brought it up that we filmed an entire section in one day.
Yeah,
Like
mostly one afternoon.
yeah,
Yeah,
we had a little bit of the
yeah.
morning, and then everything else was just like for
Yeah.
4 hours in an afternoon, maybe even less. But that's kind of a cool fact to to have about
Like
a
it was
section
like
in a movie.
basically every wave was like
Yeah,
high B grade, low at minimum like low A grade.
yeah,
Like every single wave it was like I'd never experienced like a session like that where it's like basically as long as you just did what you were supposed to do, like it provided everything that you needed for like an A grade clip. It was insane.
It was consistent, and it was like pretty playful. Like it wasn't big or like it was really shallow, but it was surprisingly mellow for how shallow that end bowl was. Like you could hit it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a perfect recipe for like just getting a bunch of waves and just
so consistent too.
yeah. Because I feel like when waves are like really good, like it's so slow. I feel like it was nonstop.
Yeah.
It was just us and like Steve and Eric
Yeah.
just like trading. So sick.
And then was
Like,
it did
literally.
old mate? There was a surfer. That was the morning.
that was the
session.
morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one done.
Yeah. But the morning,
Imagine
the
trying to
morning
surf
was
that,
weird
though.
though. It wasn't as like perfect. And also, I mean, we just showed up and we're like, well, this is the wave. Like, looks pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
Like looking at the end bowl, like, whoa, you want us to do
Yeah.
backflips on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially when you see it from like an aerial, because we had checked it with the drone. We're like looking at it from the aerial perspective. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The drone stuff is crazy from that.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you brought up is how we filmed it in one day, and we have so many like different kinds of clips and angles just from that afternoon. Like we
Yeah.
have drone, we have land, we have water, we have Eric's helmet. Like it just all happened so perfectly.
It was like, I mean, wasn't like a crazy, like, there's no like huge waves or anything, but it's just like
No. Yeah,
the
it's just-
funnest wave.
It's just like pretty much as fun as like a session can get.
Yeah.
With like
Yeah,
a
it's
little
just
bit
like-
of consequence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like,
just
one of those waves that like you would love to like if you had the opportunity, like you'd be like frothing to surf it every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, you weren't like scared like or like doing 20-foot airs. It was just like super small, medium-sized, perfect waves.
Yeah. Which is,
Yeah. Super, and then obviously
Can't
super
complain with
warm,
that.
super clear, like perfect weather. Like sunset was so sick that night too,
yeah.
and the sunrise
Yeah.
and sunset was.
We were there for both.
sick.
we were there for both.
Yeah, just a little feed break in between.
Clearest freaking water ever
Yeah.
in that place. Dude.
So good.
Yeah, for sure the craziest visibility I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The day we went diving, or was it manta rays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Bat
bat rays. There
Yeah.
was I mean they had to have been like 50, 60 feet down, and it was like we're in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So sick.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the place sucks. Yeah, don't go there.
Don't go.
Don't worry.
It's like, is there anything bad about it? Nah.
And the exchange rate.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
sick. American dollar to the New Zealand dollar is very strong. So
Yeah.
we're
So
balling.
that made our lives a lot easier.
Yeah. Had it been reverse, I feel like I may have not had as much fun because I would have been stressing the whole time.
Yeah.
I've been like pinching my little pennies like every meal, but yeah, luckily it was. Right now, it's in our favor, so it was cool. We could,
Met some cool people
enjoy
too.
yourself.
Yeah.
Shout out Eric, Steve, Fortune, New Zealand, mad cunt,
Yeah.
and Pete.
Pete.
Pete's
Peter.
the guy.
Legend.
Yeah.
He's the man. He's the nicest
Such a
human
legend.
ever.
Dude.
Yeah.
And he rips
He
too.
hooked us. Just one leg and sending it harder than freaking.
Dude, he did a spin into a dry reef closeout. I couldn't believe it. And he just popped up and he was so happy.
Yeah.
Man.
He was so stoked.
Also Ty, the Grom out there. And
Yeah.
Those other kids were cool.
Yeah.
I remember I think we watched him like pull and do a closeout or something like that.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude,
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that at all.
And he just rolled up the reef and went on his way. Just got back out there.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah. Well, so that was fun. And then we returned home to flatness
Absolutely nothing.
to move on to the next.
Oh,
Next segment.
I know, that was bad. 3 months of... Is that like the longest one that you guys can remember?
That was really
Or has there
Not
been
the
longer?
longest one that I can remember, but it was bad.
It's up there for
That was
sure.
brutal.
It's almost as bad as it could be.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it was pretty much as bad as it could be for like a summer, like especially like that time of year typically is like pretty like we typically
Midsummer.
would have
September's usually has a big one.
yeah, like that mid to late summer, like into September, like there's like almost always a couple swells.
That's like kind of the time of year we're always like most excited for.
Yeah.
It's like the warmest,
Yeah.
it's consistent.
Yeah.
That was just a stinker.
Instead
Like
it
there
was
were
just
there was
warm
like
and
weeks.
flat.
There was
Yeah.
weeks where we just couldn't surf.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even like go and ride a soft top at a creek.
No, I literally like for at least like a month straight, like I was just going down the hill and like swimming because it was like I couldn't even ride a wave if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So just swimming in the harbor.
That's brutal.
Jeez. Yeah, that's...
And
Rock
snorkeling
bottom.
for shells.
Oh man.
Like that was my way of being in the water because it was like even if you wanted to ride a wave, like there was just not anything to ride.
Well, we found a oasis in the flat spell out in the desert.
Yeah.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, boys.
Yeah,
Waves pool.
just in the nick of time they reopened. Would they reopen like midsummer, right, or like early summer, or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Um,
We'd had our eyes on it for a while.
Yeah.
yeah.
Palm
And that was
Springs,
sick.
baby.
Yeah, Palm Springs Surf Club.
Rounded up a group and freaking
Yeah.
got out of the flat spell for about 2 hours. And then we were back to
What was
normal.
your guys' like in comparison to like some of the other pools? Like Tanner, like what do you think like in terms of, because I know they're kind of like totally different styles
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's like how would you kind of like rate them?
I had never surfed a pool where it's like all the other wave pools, it's like you're taking off like along the wall and it kind of goes along it. The Palm Springs one like breaks into the bay, which is
Yeah.
cool. I'd never done that.
It's more like a wave.
So it kind of feels more like an
Ocean wave.
ocean, an ocean wave where it's like you're taking off, not like touching the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you do that at Waco and you do that at Urban Surf. Like you take off and you're like dragging your hand on the wall, kind of,
Yeah.
which is really fun. But
Yeah.
the Palm Springs one feels maybe more like a real wave. At least like the peak setting was. The slab you're still kind of taking off in the corner,
Yeah.
but it was fun. The slab like is pretty sick. You get a fun barrel and like a pretty sick like backy bowl.
Yeah.
I would say, I think everyone would agree, like the double barrel at Waco is still like the best ramp for bodyboarding.
Yeah.
So, if anyone wants to make a better one.
Yeah, just
curious,
combine the two.
Yeah.
The one in Japan that's like the same technology as Waco.
Yeah,
I wonder if
perfect swell.
I think they have a double barrel,
They would have
I
access
think,
to the tech.
or
for
at
it.
least they would have access to the same like whatever coating that they use for that.
I think so.
Because I think it's slightly larger scale.
Yeah.
I think right.
Yeah. I think they have some different waves that they only have there.
Yeah.
That just could be because of the size of the pool.
Because that would be cool to see. I haven't seen any like crazy like high performance like
Yeah.
bodyboarding clips yet.
I know Dave Hubbard went.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
haven't
I
s-
only just saw a couple of clips on Instagram
Oh.
of just him
Yeah.
dropping.
Okay.
So I don't know like what setting they were doing, if they were on a public or a private.
Yeah.
It looked fun.
Okay.
Looks cold.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
cold.
Where's their what Stab just posted a clip of it where they sent a bunch of people there. It's like their testing pool.
Oh, the Wave Garden.
The Wave Garden
Yeah,
one.
that's in it's in the Basque Country.
Yeah.
It's in
That was like the original. That's like the original wave pool. pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I think so.
That one's old.
Yeah.
But yeah,
looks
there's some
sick.
cool stuff.
I
that
mean, I
came out of
remember
that.
like when that wave pool first came out, it was like, whoa. There's
Yeah,
like
here we go.
waves in a pool.
And it's like a little 2 foot like
Yeah, and it was like
soft
the
peeler.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the worst wave ever. But it was like just the fact that it was in a pool and it was like a wave.
Yeah,
Like,
and
was
like you could get
insane.
barreled and do little tricks on it. Like
Yeah.
before that, it was like, you know, the wave park, like little whatever. I wouldn't even call it a wave. Like
Wild rivers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was like a lump. It was like a lump of water.
Yeah.
I like that one like China or something, the big closeout.
Oh yeah.
That's what Wild Rivers was. That was what Wild Rivers
Dude, I
was.
swear
back.
that was a malfunction in that China. Because like,
They just-
you know how many people were in the pool?
They just cranked it
It's
up.
it's like a trap door thing where it just goes like boom,
Yeah.
and it just like pushes it down and it just generates like it's not even like it's not like a wave. It's more like a tidal
Yeah.
Just
wave
a
or-
homicide.
It's just a push.
Clark Little's practice pool.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So, well, what did you guys think of the pool? Like comparisons?
The slab is heavy, man. I
Yeah.
gotta say the slab is heavy. We almost lost a GoPro in the pool.
And
Yeah.
it was lost.
Yeah,
it
we-
was found.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny story too. Tanner's just party waving behind me and like sucked up too
snapped your
fast.
leash,
Yeah, snapped my
right?
leash, yeah.
That's
Broke his
wild.
leash.
I will say that leash is like 12 years old. It was like the first thing I ever got from science. So it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
12 years in the making. Yes, nose dove behind Craig. Got freaking tossed. Snapped my leash. GoPro was tied to the leash, so it
Ripped out.
came off like that.
Yeah.
We had to just flounder around in the bottom of the pool.
And that thing's deep too. Looking for that,
Yeah,
I had to equalize my ears because when I was down there, I was like, "This hurts." I'm in a pool.
And you can't see down there. It was like
No.
kind of freaky.
Yeah.
You get down pretty deep, and I don't know. It was disorienting.
I think after like all the waves, obviously when there's more waves, there's more like
Whatever's in there is getting kicked up
Yeah.
and stuff. But we found it.
we found it. It was an 8-minute long clip. It was like 4 gigs. Oh
my God.
Took up a lot of space, but we
Poor
got the
hard
clip.
drive.
So
Yeah.
I think the slab is good, like for getting barreled, and like if you can get to the ramp, it's pretty sick. But I do think that the double barrel in Waco will rock you harder in the flats.
Yeah, and you can do more than just a backflip at Waco.
Yeah,
Like,
like you can go out the bowl.
You
and
can get
do
proper
anything.
air reverse.
yeah, like it'd be pretty hard to make that happen at Palm Springs at the current settings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd imagine they'd be able to design something
Yeah.
like if you like they took the time to like make like a more kind of bodyboard focused ramp.
Yeah.
It seems very possible with like how heavy they can make the slab. It seems completely tangible to have like a wave designed for like a bodyboard ramp.
Just cup it in a little bit, give you a little more of a run-in,
Yeah.
and you're flying.
I was just comparing it to like how we felt after Waco. Obviously, it was like 6 hours of belly flopping in Waco, but like and 2 in Palm Springs. But I just felt like you get so more tanked at Waco
Oh, yeah.
because you're just literally belly flopping into the flattest water there is, and it wasn't warm really. It was like
It's almost in Waco. It's almost like it's like negative, right? Because it's like because it's like still water, so it's like almost like you're like landing in like a trough, like kind of like sort of weird thing.
Yeah. It's like the hardest landing you can have. You're just doing it all day.
yeah,
Like it's,
Which is
it's
sick until
and because
you're
they
done.
wait until it's like still, so it's dead water. Like the slab in Palm Springs,
the
best
third
one
one's
was
a little
the second and third one, like there's water kind of moving.
Yeah,
And the wave
is
like
true.
continues after, so there's a little movement. The double barrel, you're landing at the end of the wave
Yeah.
in flat water
and pretty shallow water
from
too.
like however high you are
Yeah.
doing an air reverse or inverter or whatever.
I wonder if like like for high divers like they have like the little jets on the bottom of the pool to like soften the landing. I mean,
Swear.
Would it
That could be-
would it mess up the wave though?
you would only have to have them in front. So
Yeah.
you would like based on the wave designs, you would basically have like a whole field of like the little jets like in front of the wave. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it would
know.
interrupt
It's
or
pretty
if it would like
smart,
impede.
honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would kind of generate like it would
Yeah.
almost emulate like the natural whitewater, so it'd give you like a more cushioned and like natural landing
Yeah,
instead of just landing in like just dead water.
Yeah, I think if they made a section that was like a bodyboarding air section, where it was like off a closeout, you're gonna be landing on foam more than likely, or you at least would be able to figure out how to do it. Because the double barrel is not meant to be like a ramp. It's called the double barrel section.
It's not meant to be abused like that.
No, like the surfing air wave they've made is like the easiest landing ever. It's just a
Yeah.
little cushion, so you just jack that up a little bit and
Yeah.
you have a soft landing relatively.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still going to want to try to land like slightly in front, but there is the option to land in the foam.
Yeah. Yeah.
The funniest part about Waco too is we found out how to make the ramp bigger by crumbling it at the end, and then it just got worse from there on the ribs.
Yeah.
Someone was like, and then they were like, woo! And we were like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I
We
think that was
cracked the code again.
Was that Speedy who figured that out?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Shout out Speedy.
Yeah, that was sick.
What
Yeah.
a random thing to.
Yeah, would have not thought to do that.
Well, when I saw him do it the first time, he did it to one of Matt's waves, and I was like, is he like pissed at Matt? Like he's trying to ruin his wave.
Yeah.
Like he like crumbled it. I was like, dang, there's some beef going on. But then it turns out he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he had talked to Matt like, hey, I'm gonna crush your section so you get a better ramp.
Yeah.
Which is pretty smart.
Dang. Yeah. What a setup that was for that price and that amount of time.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like double and
Yeah.
dang.
And you're still freezing.
And you're still freezing. Yeah. Jeez.
Nuts.
That's what I liked about the most probably about Palm Springs is that it was super warm and you're just like in
Yeah.
boardies and you're like, and you can just make a day of it because
Yeah.
like you basically get like a day pass you know,
Yeah.
to be there. So it's like you can lounge if other people have sessions, which like someone had a session after ours. Like you just hang out. Like if they're nice, they'll like kind of like let you like there's like a reform and
Yeah.
like, they have the water slides and stuff. Like the food there is good and like they have drinks and stuff. Like it's a cool place to just hang out. You can make a
Yeah.
day of it easy.
It's a great just overall
It's a
experience.
good
Experience for sure.
experience for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
That's nice. It's
Yeah.
like it's like a country club.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
super
it is.
nice. I mean, and they're still like building more stuff too. So I mean, I imagine it's only going to get better and nicer and more expansive.
Yeah. That
More
little.
expensive.
Yeah.
Probably more
That little club thing they were working on when we were there looks like it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
That like big building where they're going to make it like a membership thing.
Yeah.
Putting a golf simulator in. Might have to join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Get
That'd
in
be
on
pretty
that.
cool.
Well, so wave pool, then what happened? It was still flat.
yeah.
And it got so cold when we went to the wave pool. By the time we the next day when we surfed, it was freezing
my
and foggy for
Yeah.
like ever.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because I left.
Yeah.
I went to Europe,
Yeah.
and the waves actually got good right when I left.
Yeah. You were the sacrificial figure there
Yeah.
for that one.
We got lucky with the California Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just magical swell out of nowhere.
That was actually crazy. Like looking at it from like 2 weeks out and there's nothing. And like the day comes and it's like 4 to 6 foot, like
Yeah.
clean all day. It's a pretty special like chain of events.
It was fun. Some wedges, some corners.
Yeah.
Definitely enough contestable conditions.
Yeah.
It was a ton of fun. Awesome community meetup and
Pretty much as good as you can ask for a contest down there.
Yeah.
And then you had Jamie filming everything and made a crip edit at the
Yeah.
end that I was very impressed by. So if you
Yeah,
haven't seen that, go watch his.
Highlight clip was sick.
Yeah. I wasn't there, so I was glad to get to see the edit.
Yeah.
It looked like so much fun. Like probably best waves for a contest in California in years.
yeah, that's actually probably true.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's cool that like like it seems like it ran overall like smoothly and stuff. Like Joey and his team, like I mean it's like a lot of it is like one man show. Like it's super impressive like that he was able to like put all that together. Especially when you look at like the older iterations of various, like California tours and stuff. And it was like maybe there's too many hands in the pot and stuff like on those, organizations and stuff, but like he's definitely got it dialed in and like it's it's really cool to see, and I think it definitely could like I could definitely see it getting like bigger.
Yeah.
He was saying there's a chance it might be 2 days
Yeah.
Sick.
next year.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And that opens up
Yeah.
more people being able to come.
Right.
More just
More
excitement.
people,
Make
yeah.
a full weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
That's sick.
like if
Even
it-
like a twice a year would
Yeah.
be sick. Because like Creek gets pretty good like during different times of the year. Like you would have to have one in the fall.
you got to have the whole fall season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like also too, like that was late winter, like early spring, like you know, it's kind of the same deal as fall. Like you get late season Northwest and like
Yeah.
early season South, where you know obviously opposite for fall time, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
could be sick.
One in April and one in October.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Easy.
That'd be pretty sick.
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
that'd be
But I think kind of what has made it be as successful as it is he has like the full 12 months to prepare for it. So like,
that'd be a lot of work to.
Yeah,
I mean, perfect world you could have 2 of them.
Yeah,
But I think like what you're saying is, you know, in the past when there was like a California tour, there was a bunch of events, but it seemed like they couldn't really put like a year's worth of effort into a single
Yeah.
event.
True.
So maybe it's better to just have like one big event.
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I do like that one big event because it's like everyone's there.
Yeah.
It's like one weekend of like,
Yeah.
and like 2 days of that would be
yeah.
like,
I mean, the field
so-
could be easily double the size.
Yeah. Like, you know,
and bigger riders could come and
Yeah.
like
yeah,
could
market it to get some Hawaii guys out, get
Yeah.
some, you know,
Yeah.
whoever wants to come. If there's enough spaces, like that just benefits the comp, benefits the scene. There's no downside really. And if
Yeah.
like it's a pretty good time of year and like can kind of guarantee there'll be fun enough waves, like
Yeah.
people will come.
Yeah,
It's a cool event. You know, like if I was going to be here for it, which I didn't know until they announced the dates of the comp, like I was planning to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure people would come.
Only comp of the whole year.
Yeah.
Woulda.
Yeah,
Would've
that's
been.
crazy actually. I didn't compete at all this year. That was going to be my one contest.
How you feel?
Yeah, unless Kamau runs in December, then
Oh, we can't speak too soon.
yeah, we'll see.
yeah. Because that's not
24th.
like a guaranteed, right? Like it
No.
only runs if it's like good
If it's
enough.
pumping.
Which one?
The Kamau in the Canaries.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like an invitational comp. They have like a bodyboarding division and a surfing division, and it's like, by all accounts, it's like the sickest comp ever. So I'm supposed to
Friggin'
go.
scored last year.
Yeah.
Last year was firing.
Well, it sounds like it's like pipeline mixed with BlackRock, is what Mike told me it's like. So
Sounds
pretty
terrible.
sick. Or Mike claims it's like the closest thing to pipe he's surfed.
I mean, it looks
aside
like
from
it.
pipe.
Wow.
In terms of like shape or like in terms of scale?
Both.
Oh, really?
Like it's like
Oh, wow.
it's pretty much
Dang.
Wow.
pretty similar. He said.
Yeah.
Like
It does look crazy.
so, I'm all in for that.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
But that could happen in January. So maybe I'll go a full 12 months. No rash guard.
How you feel?
I feel good. I feel good.
Yeah.
I haven't really made any decisions about next year, but maybe if I go to Kamau and I'm like, I got the comp bug, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be showing up to Morocco. But I will be competing at Pipe. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. So,
Be in there for sure.
Yeah, and that's end of February, right? Into March.
Yeah, February 25th to March 10th, 13th, something like that.
Oh,
I
so
think
it's
it's
like
10th.
a
10th.
proper waiting period and
Yeah.
everything.
3-day comp. Like,
Yeah.
they have 3 days of competition in a 10-day waiting period or 12 days,
okay.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be sick. You know, it's run by local bodyboarders. You know, run by Hawaiian bodyboarders.
Yeah.
Back in the right hands. Basically.
Is it is there like open like registration for it now, or is it like only invite?
invite
or?
only?
Okay.
Invite only. So they've been sending out invites. You know, over the last month and a half, 2 months,
Okay.
and
So they're still filling up the field
yeah
with the
based
invites,
on
yeah.
like who's
who accepts
available
basically.
and
So they
accepts,
had
yeah.
you know like their list one. Basically, they send out the invites, and whoever accepted is in, and then they've been slowly filling the spots.
I must be in like tier 3.
Okay, yeah.
You might get there.
Yeah.
There's 90 spots.
Yeah, there's 90 men,
Yeah.
and then the rest, there's like 130 spots.
Okay.
90 men, X amount juniors, X amount women, X amount drop knee.
Okay.
And there's a masters division also.
Oh.
But I think the masters, there's a junior women's division also.
Oh.
But like the masters and the junior women's are, I think, just a final. So it's just 4 competitors.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I think there's like maybe quarter semis for junior. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the way I understand it, but
Okay.
I could be wrong.
It's a lot.
But
Yeah.
That's
real
sick.
contest at Pipe,
Yeah.
3-day event.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah.
It's been a one-off event or 1-day event for 3 years or 4 years, however long it's been.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exciting. Basically since 2020,
Yeah.
that was a 2-day event.
Yeah. I don't even remember the 2020 event off the top of my head.
I don't either.
That was
No,
Ian,
I was
right?
thinking that was 2019. I was
No,
thinking
that
that
was
was 2019. That's why I was like, okay, yeah. No, I definitely
That was,
remember that
that
one.
was a buzzer beater.
Yeah. The buzzer
Ian.
beater heard around the world.
Oh, friggin' Yanni.
I told him that, like, if anyone's going to do that to me, I'm glad it was him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to come in and pull the rug out from underneath me.
On your 21st
On
birthday.
your birthday. That was like the funniest part was that it was like your birthday and it was kind of like shaping up to be like, oh man, like what a sick like 21st birthday, like wins pipe for the first time, like oh man, that's so
Yeah.
cool. And then
10.
Can always count
And
on.
I remember, we've talked about it a lot, but
Yeah.
him looking at me in the last 30 seconds of the heat, and he's like, we could see the set. I knew he had priority, and he looked at me, he was like, what are the odds this get here? And I just said, shut the fuck up. I just put my head down, shut up, because I knew it was going to get there.
Yeah.
I knew something was going to get there in
Something
time.
was happening.
He needed a
Something was
9
happening.
something, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, but this is a big set. Like, they love a dramatic finish, and
That's a small amount of time to be thinking like shut up, it's not gonna happen. No, it's gonna happen. No, it's not gonna happen. Then it's already done.
I
You're
was just
all
like,
right,
shut
well,
up. I saw the wave, and I was like, you got it. I knew it. Like, I saw the spit from out the
Yeah.
back, and
it's a fucking big spit.
I was just like, you did it. But you know what? It was, if anyone was going to do that, I was not
Yeah.
fine with it being him, but I would rather it be him,
yeah.
you know.
Well,
so,
now you got 2, so
yeah.
suck that, Ian.
And one of them is like pretty cool because it's
Yeah.
like I don't know what you would like call it, like
It's a
a
weird event.
yeah, kind of like a
The waves are really good.
Special.
I don't know
Special.
like what you would call the event, but it's cool that you won whatever version of it.
Yeah.
That,
And then
that was
2 years ago in like 1 foot backdoor on the sand.
Yeah.
So I'll take that.
yeah,
That
whatever.
was probably like, if I was going to win a comp at Pipe, that would be the last like conditions I think I'd be able to win out there. Small backdoor, like
Yeah.
that's not my thing.
Small onshore backwashy backdoor.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Hopefully we get better waves this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't get worse than that last year.
No, that
Like,
was
Last
bad.
year didn't even like it
They
was-
ran
No.
it at the beach park.
yeah.
The first
No,
day.
yeah, I mean the last year that there was like a holding period comp.
Yeah.
That's,
That was absolutely insane.
yeah.
Like people were like demanding refunds on the beach.
Dre
Yeah.
was like rolling around in the sand in his heat because we were at the beach park. So,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna go out there and
Like
cry.
it couldn't even like do like a closeout roll on the shorey because it wasn't even like barreling onto the sand.
Yeah,
it was just like
the
surging.
roll, yeah, like the
Yeah.
surge. Yeah.
It was hectic, but got it done.
Yeah.
So, you know, looking forward to whatever, 2025 has for us.
It's been kind of a slow season so far. I feel like,
I don't know. The last,
Has
I mean, the
The last
last
couple
few days have been
really, really
Yeah.
firing.
but like as a whole, I feel like how
Yeah.
many significant swells have there been? Like 2 or
2 or 3.
Yeah.
But now it looks like it's gonna be good for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're firing on
it's-
all cylinders now.
I guess it's December, so it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, December and then like January is kind of always hit and miss, and then February is usually pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just depends on when that little like 3 week like rain winter is.
when it happens.
Yeah.
Let's go back a couple weeks to your
Yeah.
little Europe excursion, and I guess mine.
Yeah, you came and joined me over there.
Yeah.
was fun.
What the hell were you doing over there?
Well, so I went over there to do a coaching clinic in Brittany with Surfing des Abers. I hope I pronounced that right. I don't know if I did.
We won't tell them.
Yeah. They had hit me up a couple months ago, well, like in June or May, something, to come and do a clinic. They have a bodyboarding clinic every year where they have world champs come and
Teach.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
give a clinic, teach the people. I'd never done anything like that, so it was pretty cool. Like, I was pretty nervous. Like, I'm not the
What am I
greatest,
getting into?
like, public speaker. Like, I'm not great at just like talking to a group of people, so I was kind of nervous about that. But by all accounts, like, everyone seemed stoked, and I mean, it was pretty cool to do that.
Yeah.
Cool to see a new part of the world too. It was like really, really cool, like really pretty.
Northern
Good
Lights.
food. Yeah, I got to see the Northern Lights too, which
That's
I guess
crazy.
doesn't happen there. So that was just like,
Little bonus.
yeah, a little lucky thing that happened.
What was the age range of the people at the camp?
It was a pretty big like age range. There was like a 15 or 16-year-old, and then there was like up to 50, and like
and they're all in the same group.
Yeah.
So it's just like one general. Okay.
it was like I think 10 or 11 people, and yeah, like pretty wide variety of skill level and age range, and
And then how long is it?
it was 4 days.
Okay.
So we
So
did-
it's the same people for the
Yeah.
whole period.
Yeah. So they would, some of the people were staying at the house that I was in, like in a separate part of the Airbnb. And we'd show up in the morning and just go down to the beach. They'd go and surf, and we'd film, and we had different little stuff going on. Like, they'd come in and I'd give them a pointer and they'd go back out, or I had a little notebook that I was just scribbling stuff. We did a bunch of other stuff like that. And yeah, it was cool. We did a couple promos at like one of the big shops up there, and they showed me around. Like, didn't do that much touristy stuff, but kind of got to do some sightseeing and check the place out, and had some really good food, and it was sick.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, I had not low expectations, but like moderate expectations for it. I thought it was going to be a little bit more grueling, and maybe I wouldn't like to do that because I'd never done anything like that. And it was fun. It was cool.
Nice.
And like, then we, at the end of the clinic, we sat down with each person individually, and they got to ask questions, and I had kind of like little profiles on them that I had made over the last 4 days, and whatever they needed to work on that I saw, and we just kind of have some one-on-one time with them. And
Yeah.
we did footage reviews at the end of each day and stuff like that. Just like in the moment, like, oh yeah, tweak this or tweak that, or, oh, well, you did what you could, that wave sucked, or whatever,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it was cool.
Yeah.
And then I went down to Portugal and was there just to surf and film, basically.
And then
Mundaka.
Oh yeah, I did. So I was in France and went to Portugal for 4 or 5 days and surfed. And then we had scheduled some stuff to go up into the south of France at OGM, and then do some stuff in the Basque Country in Spain, just with the reps there, and just kind of see the shops. I hadn't been to that. I went to that area with Mike like 10 years ago, I think it was. So it was cool to be back there, and got really lucky and got to surf Mundaka for 2 days, which was really cool. That wave is insane, but some people have probably seen the clips online. Like, the crowd was insane. It was so good, but it was like 200 people in the water. It was insane. But that wave is like,
And it's like one just main wave, right? And then it's just different takeoff zones, basically.
it's just
same
a
wave.
it's just a long point, and it's like the easiest takeoff ever. Like, there's literally like the river like runs out into the takeoff spot, so it like makes like this little ripple that it wedges into, so you have like a perfect little chip. And
It's like pretty much it will push you into the wave almost.
yeah, and you don't even have to like, the current's hectic when you're in the lineup, but once you catch a wave, you just like go around, because you just jump in the river and it just pulls you back out.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty
crazy.
convenient.
So it's like,
A little conveyor belt.
it was really good, but I got like one barrel. It was a sick barrel, but
2 days, one
Yeah.
barrel.
so it was hard to watch, like, 15-second barrels
Yeah.
that you just can't get.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. Like, it's just beautiful. It's like in this small little town.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then went to Portugal, and Craig came and said, "How's it?" We got to
pulled
score
up
some
on you.
waves. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. Straight off the plane into like the biggest day of the whole trip. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we threw you into the deep end there.
I was just so tired and my legs were, I didn't even know they were about to cramp. But like, we're watching it from the cliff and these guys are like, I think we can do it. Let's go. It's like, okay, I'm delusional. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we ran back and paddled out and didn't really get anything too crazy, but that was a pretty crazy introduction to that wave.
It was big. It was big. It was big.
Did you guys
scary.
surf the corner, or were you surfing like one of the like other peaks? Just like for that first session.
Just like straight out in front.
Pretty much straight in front.
No, we only got like 2 days where we were kind of surfing the other corner.
Oh, okay.
We were just surfing like the main spot, right out in front.
Yeah. Like in front of like where the parking lot sort of thing is.
Yeah.
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 That wave is something special though. It's like
sick.
I couldn't believe my eyeballs watching like these things. You can literally watch it happen. It like comes in, wraps around, and it's like right in front of you. It's just, and you're like, all right, well, here we go. You're about to go 100 miles an hour and try to hit this ramp.
Yeah.
How would you compare it to Puerto or like?
It's very comparable to Blacks. Just not as like heavy. I don't think. I think Naz like barrels harder.
You're saying Nazare is heavier?
Yeah, I think
Way
so.
heavier.
Blacks is like kind of
Yeah.
almondy. There are obviously ones that barrel at Blacks, but I feel like Nazare, like the way it comes in is exactly the same.
Mm.
It's just like, I don't know. I guess there's more ramps, which is weird to say because Blacks doesn't barrel. You're gonna get more barrels at Blacks, but like, I don't know. It's just better all around. I think it's like Magoo and Blacks.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty much like as
A
blatant.
black size Magoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's chunkier.
Yeah.
Like
you can get pretty tossed around.
You get flung.
Well, because like early season, it's like a shore break.
Yeah.
On a higher tide. Like
Yeah.
So it's like
It's like freaking cakeys.
yeah. No, it's chunky.
Yeah.
It looked like it. It looked
some
really
meat.
heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. The one day we surfed it, or the day after that, was super north, and the current was like, you know, that one day I'm talking about at Magoo with the bad current.
yeah.
It was like worse than that.
Yeah. And you're dodging like 10-footers
That's sketchy. What does that push you into the cliff or
Yeah.
down the beach?
into the cliff.
Ooh.
But the beach is so big.
Yeah.
You can like at least find a wave to like go in if you're gonna actually go into the cliff.
Yeah, we were never in danger with the cliff.
So you're
But no.
surfing pretty far north?
Not that far north. It's just like the current's strong enough where you're just like fighting to stay in position.
Mm-hmm.
You're never like getting like just swept
Ripped.
away, like out of control.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of work. And there's so many like peaks. Like you see a wave here, you see a wave there. It's like everywhere that you're not.
Yeah, hard to surf.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You have to be like perfectly like on the right spot on the peak to be in the position for the wave.
Yeah.
And it's like the biggest day, the 2 biggest days were like pretty stormy,
Yeah.
like not really that clean.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But-
why there's no one out.
Yeah, it was only us and like Robbie and Minnie.
Mm-hmm.
And we got sick waves. It was just a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like, we were fighting the current for.
You guys didn't like surf Super Tubo. You didn't drive down to like Super Tubo.
He did.
I got a couple days down there, but
Okay.
it was like Super Tubes wasn't that good. It was like really fun still. Like it's
Yeah.
a sick wave, but it was only like 3 foot.
Did you surf the main break, or did
Yeah.
you surf the corner at all?
Surf both.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
Neither was like.
I mean, it was still sick, but
Yeah.
not like as good as you see it online. But it was still really fun.
Yeah.
But it was pretty much just Naz with Craig.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's pretty much all I wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
I just wanted to surf
That's all.
that.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like the
Did
best.
you guys say it, Zula?
Yeah.
Shout
Get
out
some
Zula.
pastel de natas.
Yeah, those
Oh, he
things are
introduced him.
so good.
Smash 100 of them every morning.
More
Oh,
like
yeah.
coffees.
Oh yeah,
Probably had
Robbie.
like 100 coffees in 10 days. It's like 10 a day.
Yeah. Robbie.
That's so many.
That's too many.
Yeah, Robbie's he gets you on the coffees hard.
He's a little grinder.
Yeah.
Are there like standout waves that we can talk about? Not reverse, that was pretty fun.
Greg got the good one.
Yeah, and 2 barrels. And I was Greg in Portugal.
Yeah, no one could say Craig. Everyone just called him Greg.
So, yeah. And also you can't go right. Well, you can out there. But, at Blacks, if you go right, you get another one on the head. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So that was a fun learning experience also.
You had to learn.
I had to, dude, one day I was shocked. I could not get out into the lineup after catching a wave.
Really?
I paddled for 15 minutes trying to get back out. Like literally 15 minutes.
That sounds like that one day.
And it wasn't like it was a current like moving. It was just like a circle where the waves were like, they were wedging so hard where it was like a current on the inside. And I tried to get out for 15 minutes. I just got out and walked because I was like, this is crazy. And I just wasted like
so much energy.
30 minutes of energy like trying to get out.
It's hectic.
So it's pretty legit.
No, it's hectic. I mean, like, it's up there with the best beach break in the world.
For sure.
Like, easy. I don't think
Even when it's like this big, it's so crazy. It does the same thing.
Yeah.
But the swell direction is also crazy too, because you'll get those super wedgy days when it's like northwest
It's
something.
like northwest, yeah.
Yeah, and it goes like a little more west, and it looks like a point break.
Yeah, it just like doesn't hit the canyon, doesn't like refract at all, so it just comes in like.
So that
If it's got enough angle, it kind of like sweeps down the beach, but it's like not peaky. And if it's north, it's just ripping current.
Yeah.
Still wedgy, but it's just ripping current.
So that was crazy to watch, like happen overnight, pretty much, like little wedges, and then it's just like down the whole beach.
Yeah.
What's not was also there trunking it in Portugal, like every session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trunking it?
It was hectic.
Yeah.
We showed up the first day with him, and it was fun. It was like kind of offshore. It was kind of chilly. The water wasn't too bad for Portugal. Like you're happy in a 3 mil the whole time.
Okay.
So it wasn't like freezing, but you're definitely not wanting to be in trunks.
Yeah.
And like Robbie and I paddle out, and Chris was saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna trunk it," and we're like, "Yeah, whatever, okay, see you out there." And he floats by me in the lineup in trunks. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Did he have a suit?
He did. He had a suit. He had a
What?
5'4" with a hood.
It was a choice?
Yeah, no, he would go out in trunks for an hour, pull into closeouts, be a madman, and then come out in a 5'4" with a hood.
It's complete opposite.
Yeah, and neither of those were the right choice for the day.
Yeah.
It's too hot or too cold.
Well, the first one necessitates the last one.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you would think it would be the opposite, like suit in the morning when it's colder, and then trunks later.
Yeah.
But it's like
Oh, for the second session?
no, this is like the second hour.
Oh.
Yeah, like if we surfed 2 hours, he'd be in trunks the first hour, and then 5'4" with a hood in the second hour.
But like
That's
this
insane.
Who is this guy?
just a madman. It was so funny to watch. The one current day, he came out in trunks, and this was like still pretty big, and there's skis out there. Skis like giving us a ride up the beach, and he literally like just asked if Chris was okay. Like, are you okay?
Yeah,
Like,
because
in the head.
Are you all right to be out here?
yeah,
And it was so crazy to watch. Still just going on like big set waves and
yeah,
trunks.
we got a couple sick ones. I saw him throw down a sick innie on the right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What a guy.
Nice.
So that was fun. Well, that was your first time in like that part of Europe. You've been to the Canaries. And
Yeah.
we had a layover in Switzerland, but that was like your first time in like
Yeah.
continental Europe surfing.
Yeah. That it was like better than I expected, honestly. Especially the crowd
Yeah.
at Nazare, I guess, just because from what I hear, there's no really locals there. Like
Yeah, like all the locals
everyone-
are bodyboarders. Like they're all our friends.
like they all come from elsewhere, so everyone's just like pretty nice, and the people were nice. The car situation is a bad one.
We don't talk about it.
We just got stuck on the side of the road at like going to meet like Pierre and all these guys in Lisbon, and we're driving down there and car malfunction. We're stuck on the road in like the darkest part of the highway, like at like 9 o'clock. Just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So that was fun.
User error.
didn't get the user errors right.
But we won't throw anyone under the bus for that one.
Let's just say what happened, but not name any names.
So
it's a pretty common thing that happens.
yeah, but they put a lot of safeguards to make sure it doesn't, and we still
We went right through all of them.
we still managed to, the old diesel in the gas car trick.
Oh, that's what happened?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
but yeah, it happens. Because I'm probably not getting the pronunciation or the exact words right, but it's like gasolina and gasolio. That's the That's the difference.
Sounds made up.
Like that's the difference.
Yeah.
So, but
There's some miscommunication.
the fault was
involved.
actually not the person. It was the person who speaks Portuguese. So we're not gonna.
Yeah. So yeah,
But it was all good.
We got like 5 minutes down the road, and then
Yeah,
like,
the engine will not be happy with
Yeah.
diesel.
I was not happy.
The car basically is like, it's pretty effed.
Yeah.
If you put the wrong, like diesel or regular, like.
Yeah.
So we went through all this nonsense, got a taxi, and had McDonald's for dinner.
Yeah, we had planned, like Pierre had set up like this sick place for us to go to dinner in Lisbon, like really nice place, like invited a bunch of us, and we were getting ready to get to Lisbon. We ended up having McDonald's for dinner,
Yeah.
and we didn't have a car for 2 days.
I forgot we didn't even have the car.
And poor Robbie had to Uber to Lisbon like 4 different times trying to
Yeah.
deal with it. We got a car in the end, but
Well, he needed it because he was there for 2 more weeks. So
yeah, at least.
yeah,
But yeah,
it happens. I guess.
That was
What's so funny? I already was talking to you about this, but like Jeff told me him and Dave did the same story. Ian did it, I guess.
Ian and Tristan did
Ian
that.
and
Yeah.
Tristan did it. Like all these people do it, and then it like happened to us. And I was like, dude, does this happen to everyone who comes to this place?
It's like the name of it, Gasolio and Gasolina or whatever it is. It's like something so similar. Like that.
Yeah, and we just the safeguards were very, very safe, but not safe
Do they
enough.
have like the green handle and
Yeah.
black handle too?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all you.
We were just too excited.
And we had filled up gas at the same gas station 3 different times.
Oh shit!
And just that one time,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just too excited to get to Lisbon.
too excited to get to Lisbon.
Yeah, so there's that. But that was the only thing that went wrong, and
Yeah,
it was pretty minor.
yeah.
That's not bad.
No.
There's always something that's gonna go wrong.
If that was the worst thing that happened, it was fine.
Yeah.
Just getting stuck on the side of the road for a couple hours.
It's just scary. Like Robbie was so chilling, but like I was in the back. Because like people die on the side of the streets here all the time when their cars break down or like they get in a crash and they're like on the side of the road and people like just get mauled by another car and like these huge semis are going by and we're sitting there like this little car. Like it's cold outside and like I'm like, dude, we could die right now. And Robbie's like, no, this happens all the time in South Africa. We're good.
Yeah.
So
Just roll with the SAFA, you'll be all right.
yeah. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up Portugal, and now we're diving into about a month out until we have our 3rd movie premiere
Yeah.
at a very real movie theater. This place is
not a community center.
Yeah.
And not a parking lot.
the parking lot is pretty
The parking
sick.
lot was sick. It was a very cool, like, yeah, it was a cool, like, unique venue, but
Yeah.
to have it at an actual theater with seats.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Inside.
having it in a movie theater.
yeah.
Where it's a movie theater.
It is a movie theater that holds a lot of people and is pretty much we don't have to do anything except show up and watch the movie.
Yep. Movie's free.
Yeah,
Make sure
Show
the
up.
movie
movie's
plays.
free. Make sure the movie plays.
Press play.
Free tickets. We'll link it in the description below if you haven't gotten them already. But
We're still filming for it.
Tomorrow.
filming's pretty much going until January 3rd. So we're going to have tomorrow, the next day, the next month. Maybe we'll get a big one. Big Westwell for the boys.
Yeah, hopefully.
Do we think we're going to get another one as big as that set wave last year?
Probably not that big.
Oh,
That's
man.
unprecedented.
Is that in? That's not in this movie.
Well, there's no other waves from it, but the wave is in the movie. The empty will be definitely in the movie because
I couldn't
that's
remember. I
pretty much-
couldn't remember if we ended up using it last year because it was like right.
It was right after. I
Yeah,
think.
it was
Yeah.
like either it was right
It
after.
was like later that month. Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, that's right, because it was January. No,
No, it was the end of
it
December.
was the end
It
of
was
December.
right
it was
before
it
New
was
Year's.
in between Christmas and New Year's. is
Yeah.
when it
Yeah.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
Geez, time just like it
Yeah.
just blends.
That was almost a year ago. this movie.
Yeah,
I think we'll get another big swell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I want another freaking wedge midwinter swell.
yeah, that'd be so nice for you right here.
can't talk about those.
Secret
No one
West
ever
wells.
believes us
Yeah,
about that.
that's fine.
Just gotta.
Read 'em. Just proofs in the pudding.
Yeah. How crazy is that though?
I'd love another day at Seal.
Surf seal and wedge in the span of 2 days is something that
And could have surfed it the same day.
probably yeah.
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 And then it happened again last year. We just weren't there. So what a crazy place it is out there. That's what I think what's been pretty cool about these 3 movies is they're all like different.
Yeah.
It's not like
Other
this-
than like the home section.
Yeah, I mean, you
Like,
have
we have the
wedge
staples.
and
Yeah. But
wedge and like creek and the local stuff.
yeah. But like other than that, yeah, the traveling locations are all different. The
Yeah.
Cook stuff I would say is different in the sense that like we don't always have a lot of water footage from home because like the way the waves are like they're usually not like that
hard.
well suited
Yeah.
for water, and so like in Cooks like almost 98 to 99% of it is either
Yeah.
is like water. Well, yeah, maybe like 98 because there's some drone in like 2 sessions land, but so
Yeah.
that's kind of like a nice mixture.
Like you did only shoot land twice.
Yeah, there was just there was
pretty
only
crazy for
literally only 2 sessions.
2 weeks.
Which was crazy, like swimming that much because like I I surf like sometimes, but not like every day like
Yeah.
you guys, and I'm certainly not swimming for hours every day. And then to go from like kind of like cruising to like swimming like kind of gnarly waves
Yeah.
for like 6+ hours a day for like 2 weeks straight. That was like that was a lot.
Till the batteries
At least
die.
you got to stand a little bit.
I have to stand on
Yeah,
some
you're not just
dry
swimming.
reef to rest my legs.
Yeah.
Full camera battery, full GoPro battery.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, basically swam the full lengths of the batteries and then just swim back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. New location.
Yeah,
Same location still too. Like typical.
I just like I don't know if it's like just because like it actually might be better or not, but I feel like the wedge sections get like better every year.
That's what you want.
I know, it's crazy. Like I felt like it wasn't like an extraordinary year until like I opened up the folder of like I looked today, it was like 800 and something clips just in the wedge folder. I was like, what?
Yeah.
When did all that happen? I guess there weren't many massive days, which
There were some good days though.
yeah, like good shape.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah, a couple super rampy days.
Yeah.
which is just also another crazy thing that's happening out there. There's not any of those like triple up closeout like death days as there usually are in like May anymore. Like that April swell, the first big one, was like that for a day.
Yeah.
And then there's no one the next like 3 days, and
It was so clean too,
Yeah.
and like such good conditions. Like
Yeah.
lighting was good, like wind was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, it was like good all the way through the afternoon.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so hard to surf both mornings and afternoons when when you're just out there.
My neck can't handle it, dude. It's like hanging on by a piece of yarn.
Yeah,
Yeah, Turkey Day had some thumpers.
yeah, those clips look crazy. That one of you is just so explosive.
Getting backwashed into oblivion.
But
Yeah.
that pretty much, I think, just wraps up
Yeah.
everything that's coming your way here in about a month. So, anything else, boys?
Just get ready.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. Big theater. Capacity's 350, so get it while it's hot because
I mean,
we've been pretty close to
yeah,
that
we've been
number in
like
the past,
we've
so.
been in the 200s. So, and I mean, I know that there has been like people who weren't able to come too. So yeah. I feel pretty confident that who wants to come should be able to come.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just sign up to get a ticket. You ain't have to pay.
Yeah, it's free.
You could.
Donations are always accepted.
Donations are accepted.
Yeah.
We'll have some hats and shirts and goodies and stuff.
Or if
Ours,
you would
yeah.
like to, if you'd like to contribute, you could buy a shirt, buy a hat, or something to equivalent value of a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have giveaways and stuff. Like, we got Converse again, giving away some hats and just all their merch that they have is crazy. Just for a little boogie premiere, it's pretty cool.
Cool to have their support.
We're getting a couple hats made. I think not a lot of them, so I think the first X amount of people who come in will get a exclusive Breaking Even 3 hat. So
Sick.
Get your tickets, get there early. Seats are gonna fill up fast. There's like a section in the front with like movie theater seats, and then everywhere else is kind of free range, and then there's an upstairs that you can sit into. So it's pretty crazy. It's double the size pretty much I thought it was, and it sounds insane. It's a real movie theater, so we're pretty dang legit this year, boys.
We just gotta finish it.
Just gotta finish it. Yeah. Still waiting on some footage, but it'll get there, I promise you.
Yeah.
Footage is in the mail.
Yeah.
Footage is in the mail, and it's actually not even filmed yet.
Yeah.
There's some that's coming.
We've still got 3 weeks left of A-frames.
Yes, we do. Hopefully big ones.
Oh, I'll take little ones.
Little, big, that's how we roll. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Hopefully we can get some more of these out for you, because 6 months is a pretty long time in between podcasts. But thanks again. See you next time.